What's going on, everybody? My name's Dalton and I'm some idiot with a wrench, and today we've got a very special video for you. So I went on power tour with my buddies Dustin and Michael, and they decided to cut off the tour a day early and spend Friday trying to revive a 70 Mustang somewhere in Tennessee, a little bit south of Knoxville, and drive it all the way back down to Orlando. As you can see, it is now Saturday and they are still at it. They're on a parts run right now. I showed up about 10 minutes ago. So this is the car. I'm not exactly sure yet what the situation that's got them messed up is. See a lot of exhaust stuff. I think the biggest issue they're having is that it's a Ford, but I could be mistaken. I decided to pop in and help them, see if we can't get this girl on the road, because Michael's got to be back to work on Monday. It's currently Saturday, and he lives in Orlando, and he needs to drive this. He's already done, wrote the check, paid the money. It's a really good looking car. The interior is in great shape, especially that dash. I don't know if that door card comes with the car. Yeah, those will clean up. There's extra vinyl down there. The paint's decent-ish. It probably looks a lot better on camera than it does in real life. There's a couple rough spots right here. Haven't got up under the car yet. I like the wheels. I'm assuming it looks fine. Hopefully. Well, here. Let's see what's in here. More vinyl or flooring, something like that. That looks like an inner fender well cover, or no, that's a strut engine mount, engine brace thing. This guy right here. Jerry can, gonna need that. What do we got? Spark checker. Oh, the interior door handle things. The steam cleaner. Oh man, a lot of stuff. That looks like a relatively new tank. Detailing. Oh, there's the trunk cap. It's good that it's there. It's not in great shape. Overall, good car for the price. Definitely solid bones. I like it. For a Ford, it's pretty good. But I'm just gonna hang out. I don't really know what they're working on, so I don't really want to get my meat mitts into anything yet. The guy who lives here, who sold him the car, was just talking to him. Really nice guy, being very patient with us while they're trying to get this car that they just bought running. Oh yeah, I see where it goes. Just Ford things. So I don't know, let's see if anything fun happens. Let's see if we can make it happen, do the thing. I'll pick you guys up when Dustin and Mike get back. We can talk about what the plan here is.
Lower rad hose.
New lower rad hose, okay.
New
and then we have a
thermostat.
gasket leak on the...
Oh yeah, the carb. There's a vacuum leak on the front of the carb pump. We got some new bolts and a new gasket and a rebuild kit for it just in case.
Damn.
Put some PB blaster on that. Oh, and
I'm gonna go see a man about
maybe you can help us lead the
Bleed the brakes?
lead the brakes, because
the front right's doing good. But the front left, I can't. I did it a few times, but wouldn't get a lot of pressure out of it. So when you give it the beans, it just whoop to the right. So there's also this little weird like proportioning valve or something on it.
Well, it could just be that those shoes on the front left are a lot older than the ones on the right, or they're set differently with the adjusters.
Well, they're all, no, it's literally like if you crack that one and you pumped it up, it spews. If you crack this one, it kind of dribbles. So I think it might still have some.
Oh, that line, well, or that line's just really clogged up.
See if we can find a pinch in or something. We try bleed it some more and see what we get.
Okay.
but I mean, she put a new fuel filter on. One of the plug wires comes right across the header, so as soon as we heated that up, it just melted right through it. And I had the piece to it, but it just pulled right out of the actual plug. So replace that, and now it's running a lot better.
Gotcha.
Replace the starter solenoid.
So much stuff.
new battery. I mean, now that she's running, she sounds great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Do you wish you'd bought a Chevy yet?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
It's
a good looking car, man.
No, I mean, when he drove it that way and he came back across and I was standing out with the guys we bought it from and they were like,
yeah,
it's cool.
It is.
He's like, I'm gonna have to buy a new one soon. I was like, well, I can tell you everything that we did on it, you know. But the battery keeps dying too because.
Oh, is the alternator not charging?
Well, I don't know if we haven't been keeping it running long enough because it hasn't been. It'll overheat because of the radiator wasn't actually pumping the fluid through. Thermostat wasn't letting it through. So. Right.
Is that where the thermostat is? Right there?
Yeah. So we pulled this off and poked a hole in it so we could, but then the lower radiator hose
blew a leak.
Oh yeah. No, why not? Yeah, I mean, like when he pulled over, it wasn't even like this part wasn't hot at all, and this was really hot.
Yeah, the radiator was like the radiator was ice cold still.
Yeah,
it was puking out of the lower hose.
Yeah, that will do that.
We also left the key on overnight, so.
Yeah.
Well,
did we turn it off before we left?
I think I thought so. Probably not.
Probably not.
Oh no, it's off.
Look at that. How smart am I this time?
Third time's the charm.
So, what exactly do we need to do?
We need to bleed the brakes.
Bleed the brakes, lower rad hose.
We need to do the lower rad hose, and then he was gonna put the new gasket on the carb because it's got a vacuum leak.
Gotcha.
And I got carb studs too to replace those
instead of the bolts.
Yeah.
Does it have an adapter plate on it, or is that a 4-barrel intake? I can't really tell. Oh, it's a 4-barrel intake.
It's a 2-barrel intake.
No, it's a 4-barrel intake. It's a performer.
Yeah.
That's a bowl barrel.
Yeah, I see the Edelbrock thing on it.
It's a performer Rip'em.
Oh.
Rip'em.
It was originally 2-barrel. According to the old.
Oh yeah, that's not the original intake.
No, I know. I just didn't realize it replaced it with the.
Oh, I forgot to ask. Do you mind if I make content of your pain and suffering?
I was just saying that we wish that we had
we
had kicked off our YouTube channel with this whole build.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing a poor job of documenting. I'll grab my GoPro too. It's charged and in there.
I mean, what good is pain and suffering if it doesn't end up on the internet for everyone else to enjoy?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Make me a bunch of money, Michael.
I would love to.
Oh my goodness. I poked around in the trunk while you guys were gone. Is that a new fuel tank? Did he tell you?
Yeah. Is that not outlet then?
Oh, is this? Do you not have like a proper gas cap for it right now?
Not at the moment.
Just shoving a rag in there?
It just needs a fuel neck. The gas cap.
Love it.
Yeah, because we had to replace this because it was rusted.
Yeah, a little bit of weight reduction.
Yeah.
Not bad though, if that's the only bad spot in the car.
I mean, honestly, yeah, it's just this back area that's kind of rusted, but the rest of it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I was poking around and like the trunk pan and your wheel wells look like they're in really good shape.
Like, it says it's kind of a cheap paint job, but
I mean, yes, but that means you won't feel bad if you want to
100%.
repaint it. You gonna make it red?
No.
You gonna keep it silver?
I think I'm gonna keep it, yeah, probably silver. I mean, there's always the matte black option, which
matte black
looks dope. But
it does.
I kind of like the way it looks right now.
Well, and the fun part about cars that don't have a perfect paint like this is you can leave them at the tavern right? And just not give a shit if somebody door dings you.
Exactly.
Right? That's the thing about the Chevelle that kind of sucks, is I got to be really conscious of where I take it, where I park it, or if anything happens to it, because the paint on that car is so nice.
And then I'll probably, one of the first things I'm going to do is get new seats, because these kind of sit up too high, especially for tall
your,
person.
yeah, you're fucking,
I can barely get my thighs over.
you're fucking 8'8", motherfucker.
Probably can get new brackets for them.
Yeah.
They sit a little bit lower.
Because they don't look like they're in bad shape.
No, he reupholstered everything.
Does it have the passenger door card?
Yeah,
somewhere?
It's in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, a few things. Back window, back left, or left window needs to be reattached.
I mean,
The wiring. I need to go through all the wiring when we get it home, just because it's
all
kind of a
in so
mess.
far with parts and everything, we spent about $1 grand or 11 grand, and we can turn around and flip this for probably 15 or 50 or 16 in Orlando, because the prices are so crazy there.
Yeah.
That always takes a lot of the sting out of it.
Yeah, anyway,
I mean, at this point though, we put so much into it to get it home. I'm attached.
You're attached?
I'm attached.
Is
to
it your new baby?
Oh yeah.
I would not want to sell it, but I'm just saying, like, worst case scenario, it's like we can at least turn a profit for a few days' work, but
Or if you ever need the money back, it's not gone.
Yeah.
It's not poofed. That's the cool thing about classic cars, man. Like, you buy them for $8 grand, and as long as you don't wrap them around a tree, they're usually worth right around what you pay for them.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you need to get rid of them or want to get rid of one.
Is it charging now?
yeah, got 12 volts, so it's not too bad. A little low.
It looks like your belt rubs up against that lower rad hose. You see that?
Oh, you are right.
That might be where you got your leak.
Oh, shit. It is just rubbing right through that.
Yeah.
Well, when we put the new one on, it's a little bit longer.
Cool.
So we'll
Make sure it's like out of the way there.
I mean, the leak is actually from the bottom, but
That top one would have gone through. Yeah. That top part of that hose wasn't lasting a whole lot longer. All right, well, what are we doing first?
You want to see what the other...
Oh, you got more goodies?
Let's see where it go. So this is the
old throttle cable? Or no, spark?
old spark cable. Because it pulled right out when we tried to pull it. It was barely attached. Can't find the other piece where it was melted through, but... I literally had it just in my hand a second ago.
Well, that's
There
about
it
the
is.
way that works. Oh, shit.
Yeah. We're like, why is it
Damn.
running so rough? Well,
That'll do it.
one of your cylinders isn't firing.
Yeah.
That's mine.
That one's mine.
Oh, there's 2 6-packs of beer in the truck.
You're a champion.
I know. I got a hazy IPA and a citrus wheat.
Gentleman and a scholar.
Yeah, let me actually go grab that. And all my tools are at your disposal. Jack stands, jack, and all
Yeah,
that.
we will want the jack.
So
I did buy some jack stands, but I can just return them.
Yeah.
We left everything in Justin's truck.
Yeah.
Like jack stands.
I know. As soon as this wasn't as easy as
Yeah.
old Dusty Buns over there said it was going to be, I was like, I should
To
probably.
be fair, he did say I would get it running
In 5 minutes?
in 5 minutes.
And it was running?
It
in
was
5
running
minutes?
almost immediately. He did not make any indication about driving,
Okay.
but that's an oversight on my part.
All right. Well, I wonder. I might pull the truck up and we'll.
Water neck,
Water neck, is that what we're doing first?
carburetor.
All right. I'm gonna go get our beer and we're gonna get to work. All right, so we're making progress. we're just being fucked up by Ford's extremely poor design in several places.
I will have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. First of all, it doesn't seem like you could get the last bolt off of this upper thermostat housing without taking the water pump off.
That or requires, at the very least, the rotor cap.
Yeah, or well the entire distributor, right? Because your vacuum advances is going to be in the way no matter what.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
To get that thermostat housing out, that's not a problem on a small block Chevy. Also, I'm trying to get this fucking lower rad hose out. I've got both clamps completely undone, but there's just nowhere to stick my man meats and rip and tear and twist to get this motherfucker out of here. And the whole reason why we're replacing it is because the belts on this guy tore into the lower rad hose. Again, because of Ford's extremely poor design choices with their small block. Fight me in the comments section. Alright, I got more updates. We finally got the old thermostat housing out. Now we're putting a brand new fancy high performance one in there. Comes with the hole pre-drilled. That's cool. Carb is back on with carb studs. Lower rad hose, and then what else do we need to get this baby rolling down the road? That's it? Mm-hmm. Did you actually get the bolt on that thermostat housing started? I'm so fucking impressed. Now good luck getting it tight.
The tight is not the hard part. I think I can do that. Actually.
Relatively easily?
Yeah, I just gotta take this one off and rotate it down a little bit, and then I can get to it.
Gotcha. Hope that fancy O-ring gasket that we fought forever hasn't moved on you. That would suck.
It looks like it's still there.
All right. Well, after we get that sorted, I guess all we got to do is get that ridiculous lower rad hose taken care of. And then they can be on the road.
When I pulled that off, it was not on there. I didn't unscrew anything to get it out. I just pulled it off.
We're looking for an upper rad hose. You know, just car things. They're arguing about who lost it. I think I might have, but I'll let them figure it out. I mean, worst to worst, they're cheap. What's one more O'Reilly's run?
Yeah.
Probably gonna need something else too, anyway. I'm standing over here in this really cool little barn. It's a nice bike. Drinking a beer, taking a break. Got the carb hooked up, got the new thermostat housing hooked up after much cursing and finagling and yelling and screaming and crying. And now I think we're just touching up like the last fuel line, trying to get that upper rad hose back on so we can lift the car, bleed the front brakes, because that still needs to be done, and do the lower rad hose because it's impossible to get to from on top of the car with how little room there is between the rad and the front of the accessories. And then it'll be good for about 10 minutes, and we'll take it on a test drive and something else will break, and then we'll go to O'Reilly's again and fix it again. And I think I live here. I'm lucky because it's beautiful. Matches the truck. Alright, I think my brake's done. Yeah, I'm gonna go get back at it. Keep wishing us luck. Alright. Much pain and suffering later. Lower rad hood's off. Had to do a little surgery. That's okay. New one. We had to do quite a bit of cutting to get it in there, but I don't know if you guys can see. Even with the spring. Oh shit, I lost my hat somewhere. Here we go. Ugh. Covered in coolant, just the way I like it. So even with the spring in there, it basically has to make a right angle to get up into the radiator, not the radiator, from the radiator into the water pump. Not a great design. It's got to do the 90, and there's a bunch of belts right there, which is what killed the last one. I don't know where the last pump is. Oh, here it is. Let me show you. I just threw it on the ground. See? That's what killed it. Apparently a pinhole appeared on the other side. I don't see that anywhere, but there's a big asshole right there, and it's hard to work with. It's a balancing act basically of getting it far enough away from those belts that you're not worried about it chewing a hole through it, but also not like crimping, or even with a spring in there, like, yeah, crimping and not letting any coolant flow. Such a bitch. Chevy doesn't make shit like that. So, but the new one's in. We had to cut it like 8 or 9, 15 times. I need to throw the clamps on it. We're fighting with the bolt on the carburetor. It's stripped out. It's an aluminum Edelbrock intake, and it's the same bolt that uses the throttle linkage and that corner of the carburetor. And somebody was probably trying to get that throttle linkage tight so it didn't warble around, and they just yanked all the threads out of that intake. And I don't think we have a 1/2 inch bolt to just cut new threads, because it is aluminum. You can do that with a steel bolt right now. So Mike's fucking with that, I'm fucking with the rat hose, and then we can bleed the brakes, and then we'll be done. Maybe. All right, I'm back. Dustin is finishing up the clamps on the lower rat hose. Such a bitch. Michael's over there trying to find a 3/8 or 1/2 inch steel bolt that we can use both as a bolt and a thread cutter for the aluminum intake for the rear driver's side threads for the carburetor. Basically going to use it as a self tapper, and then as soon as that's done, then we can fire the car up and get the power brakes up and running so that we can bleed them effectively. We just tried to bleed them without the car running. No dice. Not gonna happen. Big no. So they're having a weird thing where the right side like brakes a lot harder than the left, and the left apparently isn't given any brake fluid. So either the line's kinked, or something's really clogged up, or I don't know, something's fucked up. Something fucked up?
Something's fucked up.
Something's fucked up. So, something's fucked up. I'm gonna drink another one of these and burn another coffin nail and watch Dustin work really hard, and then maybe do something else in a minute.
Help me understand.
You having fun under there?
God, I got covered in my ball burns.
It's not supposed to go there.
That's why I told him to do that job.
It's like pepper spray.
But tastier.
No, this has got the anti-dog flavors in it.
The anti-dog flavors.
No, because I got a mouthful like the other day. Bitter as hell.
Bitter as hell.
I'm a belly show.
What belly, you thin beast?
I don't want the whole internet to see my fat belly.
You are very much overestimating the amount of views I get, my friend.
The whole internet.
There's one Swedish dude named Johnny Bravo who likes and comments all my stuff.
Hey,
Love him.
I subscribe to you.
Oh shit, you did.
And, you know, I like and subscribes.
I love you, Johnny. Get a good picture of Dustin's belly. All right. Lower rat hose is on and tightened. I think we have a fix for the carburetor. Did we get that bolt down? Is that corner tight?
Yeah, it's holding for now.
Holding for now. Gotta love it. How many miles do you guys have till home?
640.
640. So for now, let's hope that 640 miles is the same thing as for now. But we're getting ready to fire it up.
Fire it up. Give everybody shots. Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? All right, let's hear this beast. That sounded like metal on metal.
That was a starter, I think.
Is your flywheel missing a tooth?
Give it a...
There it is.
Just started.
The belt squealing is the WD-40 or PB Blaster that I sprayed down there. What's the smoke? What's smoking?
Coming out the headers.
Oh, it's probably PB Blaster then.
Yeah.
Most things got full headers on it, doesn't it? I bet they were a bitch and a half to get in there. Alright, we think this thing's gonna bark off and actually idle?
Yeah, I adjusted the idle screws back down a bit. They were a bit rich because of that vacuum leak earlier.
Here, you want a small flathead for that? A stubby? Here.
Okay. That's it. Key on. Go. Yeah. Wait for that starter to stop making that noise before you do it, because you're not going to see out the flywheel. Go ahead.
It almost sounded like I wanted to idle. All right. That's tight.
You got that phone too?
Yeah.
Okay. Go.
Is that pulling fuel?
Go.
That's an idle. That idle is so high.
Yeah, well, it was adjusted for when it had a huge vacuum leak, and we might still have a vacuum leak. Go ahead. Go.
Okay, so editing Dalton here. Just wanted to clarify a couple things. You do not get to see the resolution of the tuning of this Edelbrock carburetor, mostly because I'm an idiot and didn't really film it, didn't realize it until right now. We were fighting that thing for like an hour. The driver's side rear bolt is also shared by the throttle linkage. I think I talked about it a little bit earlier in the video. That bolt was completely stripped, so that whole corner of the carburetor was basically unable to be fastened correctly until we basically used a 1/2-inch bolt that we found in the dirt as a self-tapper to hold her down. And then even after that, it really just did not want to like seal. You can see Dustin spraying that starting fluid all over the base of the carburetor, hunting for a vacuum leak, because there was one. It was a real big one there pretty much the entire time that we were working on it. So eventually we got that thing to run well enough to get them to a parts store, and then after that they just ditched the Edelbrock, got some RTV, I believe, or JB Weld, and put a Holley carburetor, a brand new Holley carburetor on it, and that pretty much fixed all of their issues. Car ran a lot better after that. Just wanted to clarify, because I'm an idiot and didn't film any footage of that actually resolving itself. So there you go, just so you know. So updates, one of the lines leading off the proportioning valve completely rotted out and leaking brake fluid everywhere. So that's why this side won't get firm and he's losing brake fluid. So we're just gonna block it off, just unhook it from the proportioning valve, throw a, what the fuck are those called?
Plug?
Plug, there we go. We're gonna throw a plug in there.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So that he's got at least good front discs. And then they're gonna go to O'Reilly's, try and use RTV in the intake. That back rear bolt is still leaking like a son of a bitch. RTV, some JB Weld down on the stripped out hole area, so maybe something won't stay in thread and have something to bolt to. But as far as hanging out in this lovely gentleman's front yard, I think we're getting ready to wrap that up, right?
Yeah,
you guys are getting ready to get out of here?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll keep you guys posted on whether or not they make it their 670 billion miles back down to Florida from somewhere south of Knoxville. I'm like, what's the name of this town? Do we even know? Huntsville?
Friendsville.
Friendsville. What a kind name.
Where friends are made.
Where friends are made. Ooh. So much fun. All right. They're working on the brake issue. I think, what, now it's tightening the proportioning valve down so it's got the minimum amount of rear bias possible. Yeah, if it'll let them do that, or they're gonna block it off at the proportioning valve or at the master cylinder, something. They're working on a fix to get to O'Reilly so they can get more tools and parts so they can fix it properly. Same goes with the carb. It is just leaky as a motherfucker, but some black RTV and some JB Weld should fix that right up. I, however, have got to leave them. I've got 7.5 hours to home, and it's like 5 o'clock, and I promised the old lady I'd be home tonight, so I gotta start making tracks like now. I think they'll make it. What do you think, Michael? You think you're gonna drive home?
Will we stop is the question.
Well, yeah, it does move okay.
Driving will be fine. It'd be just the stopping. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say? It's not speed that kills you. It's the sudden stop.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah. I've got faith. You guys will be all right.
I'm gonna need to steal a vice grip off you. I'll buy you another one.
Oh, are you gonna vice it closed?
Yeah. If you can't get it.
Let me see. Where are my vice grips? You know, that one's yours anyway.
Oh yeah, nice. No, I'll steal one from you.
So
perfect. I'm gonna finish packing my tools up. I'm leaving them with some goodies like some WD-40 and some other stuff, or PB Blaster. But I'm gonna get my rig buttoned up and get back on the road. Thanks for watching this half a revival. I will definitely put at the end of the video whether or not they make it or not. If I had to bet, I'd say they do. It might just not be tonight or even tomorrow, but they'll make it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Oh, that is mine. Nope, that's yours.
Oh, go on the ground then. Oh, that's theirs. Probably.
I'll see you guys next time. And if you wouldn't believe it, they made it home. All 670-ish miles from Friendsville, Tennessee back down to Orlando. They fucking did it. I didn't believe it. My whole drive down back to Pensacola, I had them updating me on our little group chat, and I was kept waiting every time I pulled off for gas, kept waiting to see the message that they were broke down or it exploded or something. But they did it. They got it home. That, unfortunately, is the only little bit of video footage I've got of it actually making its way down the road. But if Dustin and Michael are to be believed, they did 80 pretty much the whole way, and that little Mustang did it. So, good for it. I never would have thought it would, especially since it's a Ford, but, you know, here we are. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.